All right, a few things on the agenda. Yes, you will get a little bit more time to finish the quiz. That's my fault. Okay, that's not a normal thing where you'll have how I do tests and I usually gauge time is I take it however long it takes me, I multiply by 10, and that's what I gave you. So you guys actually had 25 minutes, and I had it done just over 2 minutes. So, just because I have a degree in math, so it's fast. So I miscalculated. I'm sorry. So I'll give you a little bit more time today, towards the end. Is there any questions about the homework at 1.4? Remember we're talking about? Go ahead.
1C.
1C, complementary. Use the diagram to the right to name each pair of each type of angle. Complementary angles, I don't think we have any right there. Because 1 and 2 would be linear pair supplementary, 2 and 3 would be same thing, 3 and 4 same thing, 4 and 1. There's not a pair of complementary angles there.
So do we write none?
None, yeah, none on this particular one would be fine. What else we got as far as worksheet 1.4? Any questions? Another one, go ahead.
2A, I think that's the same situation.
2A, linear pair. Let's see, a linear pair of angles. I guess what you could say is you could say like BGD and BGA would form a linear pair, but I also see why you wouldn't choose any linear pairs on there because you want just two of them, two angles to be right next to each other. And I'm just trying to take one out. So if you listed one, great. If not, the nice thing with linear pairs, they should be, like that, kind of. So you might not have one. Yeah?
For a problem with 6A, how would you solve it?
6A. Solve the given following angles. They're complementary. Okay. So 6A, we would go, you have this angle, 2x minus 2. And if we add it to this angle, 3x minus 3, if we know they're complementary, they're going to add up to 90. Then you just use algebra. And that's 5x equals 95. So x equals 19. And then if it said, just solve for x, so we'd solve for x. If it had asked to find each individual angle, then you would plug that 19 back into each one of those to find it. Other questions, and that was problem number 6A. Any other problems from the homework? Doing all right? Life good? This is like that wait time that I always needed to work on because I'm always bad at it. 3, 2, 1. All right. Make sure your name is on your homework assignment, please, and pass it on forward. If you have any other assignments you're handing in as well, please make sure your names are on those as well. Will you do me a favor? Will you hand those out? There should be a whole lot of extra. Just got 2 classes. What's that?
Sam's.
Oh, thank you. Whose is this one?
Sam's.
This doesn't have a name on it.
Sam, put your name on your homework.
I don't know if you've collected this.
Not collected. Make sure you wave to the camera. It's on. Yeah, baby. Part of Stirrups Classroom for Life. Thank you. Everyone got some notes? All right, let's dance. In 3, 2, and 1. All right, so section 5, application problems with angles. Develop an understanding of how to solve application problems based on the angle relationships by using their algebraic steps. All right, so that's at the top list. Some review. A and B are complements. So what do A and B have to add up to? 90. So let's see if this will work. No. How do we get to that? That's the answer. So how do we get to it? Well, you have to add these together. And they equal 90. So you get 5x plus 10 equals 90. You guys remember from algebra, you subtract 10, divide by 5, and you find that x equals 16. I like when we match up to the answer that they gave us. Right? And if they were supplements, the only thing that would change is this would become 180, but it's going to be done the same way. So complements, supplements. And the dorky way to remember complement versus supplementary angles is a complement to say something looks like they're 90 rather than 180. I don't know. It's bad. We're not real creative in this math world. Can I move on? All right. Find y. I found it. It's right there. Oh, wait. What do you think? What should we do? The claim is that y should be 10, but how do we get there? What types of angles are these? Go ahead.
Supplementary.
They're supplementary. What else are they called? They're also linear pair. What do these have to add up to?
180.
180. So 14y minus 12 plus 5y plus 2 equals 180. Going through the math, so it looks like I had 19y minus 10 equals 180. So 19y equals 190. Divide each side, so y equals 10. Sweet, it worked. Like it. This all makes sense right now, right? And then the algebraic steps for solving an equation. All right. Let's see. It's covered up. Oh, there we go. Define variables. That's your first step. So if you have x and y, define them. Or x, y, and z, define them. Let the person know who's looking at your paper what they are. X needs to be meters per second. Y needs to be cost per unit. The second step is write your equation or an inequality using the variable. So x plus 6 equals 7. X minus 8 is less than or equal to 15. Things like that. Third step. Solve the equation. You guys are talking too much back there. And then fourth step. So this is just the algebraic steps for solving. Clearly label your answer. Okay? Hard thing is applying math to science principles. And math is a nice tool for science. A lot of times in science, you might have something as simple as finding the slope of a line, and then they'll set your science teacher say, well, what does the slope mean in the context of this problem? And you know the slope is, oh, it's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Or it's the change in y or the change in x. But think about what the label of the y is, and think about what the label of the x is in the context of the problem. Feel okay so far? Find the measure of two complementary angles if their measures are represented by 12x plus 6 and 3x plus 9. Okay? So, do we have anything related to define on here other than complementary angles? Complementary is what? 90 degrees. Then we're going to take it and create our problem. So we have 12x plus 6 plus 3x plus 9 where I have, this is one of the angles, and this is the other angle. Do you agree? So angle 1, angle 2 are those angles. So I could say angle 1 is this one, and angle 2 is this one. Something like that. I don't know. And then we know they should equal 90 degrees when we add them up. So 15x plus 15 is equal to 90. Subtract 15. That was 75. And x is equal to 5. Did it ask us to solve for x? Is this problem done? No. And you know what stinks? Is I might have that for an answer on a test if it was multiple choice. And the hardship is you might go to choose it and you're going to get it wrong because it's on multiple choice. Why is it wrong? Yeah.
Because it's asking the measures of the angles, not just what x is.
Yeah, it's asking for what the actual measures of the angle are. So algebraically, everything is done correctly, except you need to take this and plug it in there for one angle and there for the other one. So 12 times 5 is 60. So 66 degrees is one of the angles. Plug it into this one, that's 15 plus 4 is 24 degrees is the other angle. What are those angles supposed to add up to? 90. Does 66 added to 24 give me 90? Yeah, if it doesn't, we made a mistake on the problem. Can I move on? May I move on? Find the measure of two supplementary angles if their measures are represented. So how many angles are we looking for? There's two of them. Here's one angle, here's the other angle. Okay, supplementary, what do we know? 180. So 5x minus 7 plus 14x minus 3 is equal to 180 degrees. Solve it. So I get what? 19x minus 10 equals 180. Add 10. 190. And then so x is equal to 10. That's one of the answers that we have listed, but we're not done. What should we do? Plug them back in. So 5 times 10 minus 7, so that's 50 minus 7 is 43 degrees is one of the answers. And then 14 times 10 is 140. 140 subtract 3 is 137. What should these two angles have to add up to? 180. Do they? Yes. Ooh, we're halfway through the notes. Feeling all right, everybody? All right. Give your neighbor a high five real quick. Yeah, that's it. Wow. All right. One angle is 4 times its complement. How many angles do you need for a complementary angle? 2. So I have one angle, another angle. What do I know them as? I don't know. One angle is 4 times its complement. So one angle is this. How do you do 4 times its complement? 4x. What do these two angles have to add up to? 90. Find the angles. I found x. So I found one of the angles. The other angle is 4 times 18, so that gives me 72. What do these two angles have to add up to every time? 90, do they? We just represented it. No coughing. We got done with the sickness. It's got to be out of here. I'll try it. We good? Yeah. One angle is 5 times bigger than its supplement. One angle is 5 times bigger than its supplement. Here's my two angles. One of the angles is x. What's the other one? 5x. Supplement means what? 180. So 5x and x add together give me 180. 6x equals 180. X equals 30. Am I done? No. This angle's 30 degrees. This angle is 5 times 30, which is 150 degrees. What should they add up to? 180, do they? We did it right. Sometimes we will need to write the expressions for the angles and its complement or supplement by using blank. Is there something here I can use? So I can use complement 90 minus x or 180. So the complement is 90 minus x. The supplement is 180 minus x. We all right? Yep.
You ever put a question on the test that doesn't equal 90 or 180?
Well, I could say, yeah. Well, 90, 180 are big go-tos mathematically a lot because it has to do with the unit circle. So up through calc, you're going to see it. But then there's times where it's like you have these two angles that add up to a different angle, and we'll give you the angle.
I'm just saying, like, if they said the things were complementary, would you like screw with us and say that they equal 80 and 90 to be correct?
I might. I'm sorry if I do. One thing that I know I'll do on some of it is sometimes we might have one of the angles might be, you might have vertical angles, and one of them might be square root x plus 2, and then the other angle that's vertical angle might be x squared, or x plus 7. So when you do it, you'll actually come up with two answers, but one of the answers won't work in the context because it'll become a negative answer, which means it's called an extraneous solution. But we'll get to something like that soon. But it becomes important that you do plug in x at the end, especially if you get two answers, to make sure that both answers do work. Bless you. Algebraically, bless you. One more in there? Come on! It's like a dog barking. All right, an angle is 5 more than twice its complement. Oh my gosh. An angle. So I have, I have this and this. So I have this as one of the angles. An angle is 5 more than twice its complement.
2x plus 5.
Huh?
2x plus 5.
2x plus 5? Do you agree? 5 more means adding 5 to it. Twice means doubling it. So I'm going to go x plus 2x plus 5 equals 90. Complement 90 degrees, right? 3x plus 5 equals 90. 3x equals 85. Ruh-roh. X equals, help, 2. 28.3 repeating. 28 and 1/3. So that's this. And 56 and 2/3. 61 and 2/3. Thank you. Oh, and degrees. Degrees. There it works. That's kind of a goofy one. We all right so far? This next one is supplement. Ooh, the supplement of an angle is 10 less than 4 times the angle. Oh, we got a question mark here. What is 10 less than 50? Hey, what? 10 less than 4 times the angle? Find an angle, how do we write the problem? Alright, let's create this. I have x. I have something else. We're going to add them together, and we're going to get what? 180? As a supplement. The supplement of an angle, The supplementary of an angle is 10 less than 4 times the angle. 10 less than 4 times the angle. Oh yeah. So then we get 5x minus 10 equals 180. 190. X equals 38. 1 angle is 38 degrees. 1 angle is 4 times 38. 142. Is that right? Is that right? Did I do that right? Degrees. There's my 2 angles. They should add up to 180, which is what we wanted.
Yeah,
Did I do it right?
yeah.
Wouldn't it?
Wait. 38 times 4. 76 times 2 is 152 minus 10, 142.
Oh, minus.
Okay. What do we know? Questions? Oh yeah, we got quiz. We got a quiz coming on Friday. All right, so 1.5 is your homework. You must use the 4 algebraic steps. We're modeling algebraic steps. Someone flip the lights on for